A girl who rejected and ghosted me came crawling back once I started dating someone better and now wants a chance. I blocked her. She friend-zoned me and got mad at me for blocking her after. Hey, guys, new Reddit person thing. Anyway, I have a nice little story for you guys that I hope you will enjoy. About 3 years ago, I, 25 male, had feelings for a girl we'll call Megan. She, 22 female, was nerdy, into anime, and played a lot of video games. It was those traits that made me interested in her. Since I was also an anime lover and gamer, over time that interest turned into genuine attraction. At first, I was hesitant about asking her out because I wasn't sure if she felt the same, but after some encouragement from my friends, I made a move. We met up at a local diner for lunch. The diner was one of those mom-and-pop places and the food was really good. As we're eating, I finally decided to tell her how I felt. Again, I was hesitant about doing so, but went through with it anyway. She seemed receptive at first. She asked me what it was about her that made me interested in her. So I listed a few things. Her interest in anime, her taste in video games, her dark sense of humor, things like that. I didn't want to ask her to be my girlfriend right then and there. So instead I asked her if she would be up for getting to know each other more and maybe going on an actual date or two to see where things go from there. She then goes on to apologize and say that she does like me, but only as a friend. She said that she didn't want to ruin our friendship and that she didn't want there to be any bad feelings if we did get together, but broke up. Hearing that hurt a bit. Part of me wanted to at least try to convince her to change her mind, but the only words that came out of my mouth were, "Okay, I'm fine with that." We chatted for a little while longer before we left the diner and went out our separate ways. I tried to reach out a few times after that day to see how she was doing, but I was either left on read or met with one-word replies. So after a while, I stopped reaching out. Fast forward about 2 months, I finally met someone new. We'll call her Sophie. Sophie, 24, was into art and photography. In her own words, she told stories with her art. Whatever piqued her interest wound up as a painting or sculpture or framed photograph. She was really good at it. After a while, those same feelings from runs before started to come back. What I didn't expect was for her to feel the same way. I asked her to go on a date with me and she said yes. Date nights became a regular thing until eventually we made things official. After our 7th date, I asked her if she would like to be my girlfriend and she said yes. The next day, when I told my friends about it, they were stoked since they were the ones that pushed me to move on and not let my rejection from months ago bother me. A week later, I'm sitting in my room reading a book when I get a messenger notification. I look and see that it's from Megan. I thought that this was kind of weird considering the fact that she hadn't spoken to me in months. Out of curiosity, I opened the message. Her message was basically a short paragraph talking about how, after having some time to think, she decided that she actually did want to be my girlfriend. Her message said that she always had feelings for me and that she was ready to give us a chance. Now things started to look even more weird. I mean, really? After all this time, all the one-worded replies and unread messages, now she has feelings? I took a screenshot of her message and sent it to Sophie. After that, I blocked Megan and I thought that was the end of it. About 2 days later, Megan shows up to my house and she's extremely upset. As I open the door, she starts ripping me a new one, telling me how horrible I am for blocking her after she confessed her feelings for me. I told her that she has no right to be upset about anything, considering the fact that she was the one who rejected me and said that we would never be a thing. She then tries to guilt-trip me asking me if her feelings for me meant anything. I then said, where were those feelings when I was single? I told her that she doesn't get to switch the up now that she sees me with someone else and then get upset at me for not going along with it. I told her to have a nice day and then shut the door. Our friend group is divided on this and I'm starting to question if I did the right thing or not. I was just a bit upset. It felt like she expected me to just ditch my girlfriend for her just because she changed her mind. What do you guys think? Ask for an opinion and everyone's got one. The first one, I don't want to ruin our friendship. Proceeds to ruin their friendship. Next person said, she only wanted you once to realize you were with someone else. Bullet dodged. Another quick note says, she never wanted him. He was supposed to be the fallback guy. After she realized he doesn't want to be, she assumed he was still so much into her to dump his girlfriend. The plan was more likely something like make him break up with the girlfriend, go on some dates, tell him I need time, and stiff-arm him again back to admire me from a distance position. One more thought. Sounds like she had another dude at the time she was considering you. So you were relegated to the bullpen. Then when her other dude didn't work out, she thought all she had to do was give you a little sniff of her goods and you would come obediently running back. When you didn't obey, it hurt her pride and she started to act out. Best of luck in your new relationship. You dodged a bullet with Megan, I think. She sounds like a very opportunistic and high-maintenance type. The OP replies, Sophie and I are still together to this day. It sounds like Megan had some unresolved feelings of her own, but didn't handle them well. It's one thing to take time to figure out what you want, but to come back only after seeing you happy with someone else? That's more about her ego than her feelings for you. It's not fair to you or Sophie for her to expect you to drop everything just because she has a change of heart. You did the right thing by setting boundaries. You were respectful in how you handled the rejection and moved on with your life. Don't let Megan or the divided opinions of your friends make you second-guess your decision. It sounds like you dodged a lot of unnecessary drama. Do you know someone like Megan? Share your experience with us in the comments below. Next up, a yoga class that isn't on any map and a girlfriend who might not be as innocent as she seems. I, 28 male, know my girlfriend, 28 female, is not telling the truth about going to yoga classes. Sorry for the English, not my first language. Okay, I'm hoping that someone will just tell me I am stressing out about nothing. Short background story. Me, male 28, living together with my girlfriend, female 28, for about a year or so, together for 4. We both have a good relationship and nothing out of the ordinary. I work at a delivery company that does express deliveries all over the province I live in. Because we have express shifts, we have to take delivery van home every day. We can also use this van for private trips. The company sometimes has to deliver very expensive goods. Therefore, the vans are equipped with a GPS tracker that can locate the van at any given time. A few months ago, my girlfriend started taking yoga classes in the evening. So when we both got back from work, we would eat and, in case I was not an express shift, she could take the van for her yoga class. We live very close to a border. Europe has open borders. Yay! But we can only go to other countries with permission of the company. It's an insurance thing as far as I understand. Last week, my supervisor told me that in 9 cases my van was in the neighboring country in the evening without permission. This was very odd because she told me where she had the yoga classes and this was definitely not out of the country. I knew I couldn't go out of the country, so I'm sure I didn't. I didn't tell my supervisor about the yoga thing, but I asked him for the exact location so I could take a look at it. What I found was all the 9 times were exactly the times she had taken the van. Retracing WhatsApp times from the on my way to the time of the departure are a match. I got home that day and decided I was going to ask her up front. However, I did ask her where she had the yoga classes and she said the same place as last time. So she is basically denying that she was in another country. During the evening I made up a BS story that a co-worker got in trouble for driving over the border without permission. She seemed a bit shocked or somewhat, but she did not give any ordinary response or anything. The address I gave is just a parking spot in some neighborhood. I drove there last night with my private car to see if I could find anything, but it's just houses in a park. A quick Google search shows no yoga things anywhere around. I could follow her the next time she has a yoga class just to see where she is going and then confront her afterwards. Or should I just tell her right now? This is all really stressing me out at the moment. Any advice would be great. Edit. Holy crap. This exploded. I will check your answers ASAP. Edit 2. I will give an update as soon as I have confronted her. This will only be possible on Friday. Night shifts, etc. I've read all your comments and I would like to clarify some of these. In my country, a car is either insured or it's not. Anyone can drive it as long as there is insurance on the car. There are a few scenarios which I can find in the comments. I know I am hoping it's not cheating, but I think that is the most obvious. She has used some drugs in the past, recreational, but has not done this anymore for a long time. I would highly doubt she would hide it from me if she was using drugs, since she told me about her drug past in the very beginning of the relationship and she was very open about it. She also doesn't look any different as normal. This also makes me think that smuggling across the border is highly unlikely. I know everybody is telling me not to be a detective, but I want to confront her face to face, which is only possible on Friday. In the meantime, I have been doing some detective work to kill the time. What I found out is that she has 2 girls in her Facebook friends list that live in this village where she has been going. I do not know them, nor has she ever spoken to me about them. I managed to pinpoint the exact address of one of these girls and they pretty much match with the location of the GPS pointed out. Don't worry, I will not go there. I can just use this as she would deny anything. I will give an update as soon as I have confronted her. Instead of jumping straight into accusations, you should share what your supervisor told you and ask her directly if there's any reason she might have taken the van across the border. Focus on her explanation and behavior during the conversation. Her reaction will likely tell you a lot. Update. 1 week later. Sorry for the late update, but I needed some time to think things through. She got home on Friday and I confronted her with the fact that the van had been abroad without permission and that it had to be her that was driving there. She straight up said she indeed went abroad, but she didn't know I could get in trouble for it. I asked her to explain why she was lying about going there. She decided to do yoga because she has had some back issues from her past. However, she knew a girl, this one abroad in her Facebook, that was all spiritual and could heal her by doing a few sessions at her home. She knows I think this is BS, So she decided to tell me that she was going for yoga classes but instead went to the spiritual girl. I was kind of confused because I expected something entirely different to be going on. I was also having trouble believing her. She insisted I went with her on Saturday to see that nothing was weird going on. So I did. The girl did some weird meditation, drew some cards, and did some other witchcraft crap. My girlfriend then had to pay €45 for this. I kept my cool, but to be honest, I am pissed off with this girl. The only thing she does is sell hope to desperate people with real issues. They need to get real medical attention. Our way home was pretty awkward. I didn't know what to say. We talked yesterday and I explained to her that I was angry because of the fact that she had to lie about something like this. She said she was afraid of my response and just wanted to see if this could help. I told her that she could do whatever she wants except lie about it. She promised me she would never do this again. I'm still really confused about all this. I think she was wasting money, and instead of throwing it at some freaky witch girl, she could be investing it in things that would actually improve her back. On the other hand, I am glad she's not cheating. I was almost certain this had to be the case. Anyway, thanks for your responses. Great help. Now let's get a quick relevant comment. If she felt the need to lie about this because of how you'd react, maybe you need to reconsider your general reactions. Sounds like she was afraid of your judgment, and the phrase freaky witch girl seems to corroborate that. The OP replies, I think I know why she was scared of my reaction. We have a big group of friends which we have known for ages, and we discussed a lot of things in this group when we were all together. There are a few dummies in this group who tend to believe everything about anything. I'm talking flat earth, chemtrails, steel beams, and hoaxing moon landing. When these discussions take place, we disagree with each other and things can get very heated. Even though we don't agree, we are still very good friends after these discussions. I am almost 100% certain we probably once talked about mediums, alternate medicine, etc. She probably heard what I said about it and thought I would never approve it. Someone else says, definitely not the usual conclusion to this sort of story. This is true, but certainly more helpful than the usual conclusion. A bit of advice, OP. If a girl is in pain, physically or otherwise, let her figure it out as she must. She's got junk to sort through. Long-term pain is never simple. And while you may not understand why she feels she needs to follow a particular path, please respect it. She's probably tried many conventional solutions that failed her and may be highly discouraged. If she comes to hurt herself or others, obviously that is unacceptable. But chronic pain of any sort makes the sufferer question everything they had ever come to know about themselves and the world. There is a powerlessness to unpredictable or a constant pain that is highly damaging. Let her talk when she wants to. Let her explore things that give her hope and make her feel powerful. Try to withhold judgment. This money could go towards something better until she has seen it through as she must and draws her own conclusions. Once she does reevaluate what you can live with and what is a divergence of values, you may come to find out that there is ultimately no problem. Just the 2 cents of a former chronic sufferer who followed a similar path came to recognize it for what it was and is doing much better now. Edited to add, lots and lots of chronic pain warriors replying in the comments below. It's sobering to remember how many different ways a person can suffer. My hope goes out to you all. I hope you all might find peace and relief. The OP replies, I told her as well that she needs to do what she thinks is best for her, even though I might never choose this option. I was very confused when she told me, but this seems to put my mind at ease a bit more. Thanks. Okay. So the lying is the core issue here and you addressed it perfectly, OP. Her promise to be more open in the future is a good step forward, but it'll take time to rebuild that trust. Keep an eye on whether her actions match her words.